Monday morning workout is now done and feeling great. I actually got a lot done right before the workout. Submitted Minimal app to the App Store. Finally, waiting for review now. I think it should take less than a day, or at least maybe just one day. They're reviewing apps really quickly in the Mac App Store. So I should know fairly quickly if it's been approved. And then guess what? It's going live, baby. Unreal, unreal. What's up, Internet? It's John, and I'm hanging out here in the car. Just dropped off my oldest to a homeschool group, actually a Girls Who Code, which is a nonprofit. They've got a number of chapters all over the world, and a bunch of gals get together of all ages, and they just program, which I think is fantastic because I am a programmer. There's something very satisfying about watching your children do something that you particularly enjoy. Although I introduced coding to her as a child, she decided that she wanted to continue to pursue it. And one of the last things that she made, I may have already mentioned this on the vlog, but I don't care, so I'm going to tell you again, is she wrote a bunch of music, 10 or 12 different tracks in Python, which is a software language, and they're freaking awesome. Like, they're really good. In fact, I may actually end up using some of it for the vlog. And so programming music with a programming language, a software programming language, is so freaking cool. Anyway, hanging out here in the car, doing some work, just trying to knock out the last bit of this indie project called Minimal, which is a desktop native macOS writing application for medium.com publishers and bloggers. And I've been working on it for about a year. In fact, if I want to get technical, I've been working on it for more than a year, because a lot of the code base comes from Desk, which is my other indie project. But this one's specifically, it was redesigned from the ground up, a different UI, different UX, rebuilt entirely for medium.com publishers with the features that related specifically to medium.com. Now, the reason I did this was because WordPress and Medium are two very different platforms in terms of the feature sets, in terms of the user experience, and to build something that was comfortable for the end user, the writer, was paramount. And so originally I'd combined those two experiences into one desktop Mac app, but it didn't ever make sense because there are features in Medium that did not exist in WordPress and vice versa. So I wanted to separate those two so we get a much better synchronous experience for WordPress publishers, medium.com publishers, and the result has been a lot of work actually over the last year. But I'm glad finally I made the submission this morning, and within 8 hours I got a rejection, which is very typical. And so now I've got a lot more work to do to make sure that it's ready for Mac. The Mac app reviewers. A few superficial changes, but significant enough where, of course, they would reject it. So I've got to work on that. I'm also trying to have a snack. Popcorn from Whole Foods, yay! Okay, so I did a vlog a few days ago. I shared a few thoughts, kind of top-level thoughts about indie projects. And a bunch of you had a lot more questions and follow-ups and wanted more context for how I think through indie projects. And I think I want to spend more time doing that because has been a big part of my life. At least for now, right at this very moment, what's really exciting for me personally is the fact that once Minimal gets out the door, that'll be it in terms of indie projects that are in flight that need to be shipped and launched. And I think it's important to start a project and then finish it. Even if you barely end up crawling across the finish line, I think it's important philosophically, but then also functionally, to finish a project, even if you limp through it. Again, even if you barely cross the finish line and you're bleeding everywhere, and yeah, I mean, that's a little graphic, but you get the point. I think there's just something very important about finishing what you start. But if we go back a couple vlogs to that particular vlog about indie projects, I did talk about one thing, not in depth, but essentially the optionality and the beauty of optionality around indie projects. It's essentially this idea that you can light switch on and off indie projects whenever you want. And there's no external forces that's making you start them. There's no external forces making you stop them. It's all internal. It's all your decision, your heart, your head, your heart. That's driving you forward to build these things, to launch them, to share them with the public. And I love the optionality. I love being able to turn those things on and off. And I think that's one of the most important and powerful things about personal indie projects is it's up to you. It is entirely up to you about what you want to do with it. If you want to make money, if you want to do, give it away for free, if you want to do something privately, if you want to make it public, it doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. And that's important because you have complete 100% autonomy and creativity when it comes to the product, the project itself. And because you're able to turn these things on and off, it allows you an incredible amount of options in terms of building. If you're a builder, if you're a creator, if you like putting things together, you can do anything you want with them. At any particular given point in time, you can work on them and you can stop working on them. And for me, the reason why this is so exciting is for me, right now, I don't have much time for indie projects. I've got a growing startup called Pinpoint, which you guys have encountered in some way, shape, or form. And it's really exciting what we're doing. We're building software that's going to help so many people, and that's what the next season of my life is focused on, is making sure that that product, that business, that company is wildly successful. It's the reason I'm here in Silicon Valley. It's the reason I'm here in San Francisco. I'm in the heart of the digital world, the technological world, and I wanted to build another company. I wanted to build my next company here, of all places. There's no other place in the world that I wanted to build my next company, and it's here. I didn't come here to build any projects for fun, and I'm certainly not wealthy enough to just build random projects and just kind of cruise. Like, I still need to generate an income and have some nice, financial outcomes. But I'm here. This is why I moved 2 years ago. Literally 2 years ago, almost to the date why I moved out here to San Francisco in the Bay Area, is because I wanted to build my next company. And that's what I'm doing. And so as I release Minimal into the wild, that's it. Like, I have launched the last indie project that was on my list, on my in-flight list, the things that I was working on. And that's personally, one, incredibly satisfying to be done. Two, it relieves an incredible amount of pressure from my shoulders, not just time-wise, but really emotionally. I'm free of that. And three, there are people, the community, some of you folks who've been waiting for this product for a while, and I'm really excited to finally give it to you. And I'm a little sorry it took so long, but that's the way it works. And all those things, I'm just so glad that I'm at the end here. And I'm so glad to be done with it. I'm so glad to be at the finish line. I'm so glad that I'm going to cross the finish line. I still have a lot of work to do to put it all together, but it's going to be great. And that's important for me. It's important for me as a creative. It's important for me as a professional. It's important for me as a person to be able to build these projects, to have the optionality to start, to stop whenever I want. And I relish that. I relish that so much. So as I look forward in the future, the rest of this year, and for a fairly significant part of my life, I think, as far as I can tell, the next big season will be me focused in on building Pinpoint, the product, the business, and the company. Because we're raising venture capital, we have plans on hiring folks, and so moving back to a place where I'm spending more of my time building teams and hiring and managing great people and attracting great people to join me in this quest to build better software for organizations and better systems for companies. And I'm just so pumped up about that. But it's going to take all of my emotional and psychological and physical bandwidth to pull off. Again, because that's why I'm here. That's why I moved to San Francisco. That's why I'm here. I am here to do that. And so minimal is just, I'm about done. And that feels great. It feels great to cross the finish line. And I suppose, if anything, I hope that you are on your way, that you are working your way towards crossing finish lines in your life, and that if you need help, you should get it. And we've got a small community. I'll put it in the description below if you'd like to join us. We just share thoughts and ideas around personal projects. And yes, the community Slack group and communities related to Pinpoint, that's kind of a much bigger deal. But in the beginning, because we don't have a public product quite yet, like, we're just building a community of people who are just building software. And I think that's really cool. So anyway, love for you to join us. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that we can build cool stuff, and that the only pressure, the real pressure that we feel is in here, and that we can create a lot of value for people all over the world. And that's very satisfying. There's something very satisfying about helping other people. Especially the things that I build, they help people do the very things that I love, right? That alignment for me, oh, it's just so beautiful. I build product that help people write and publish more. And I love writing and publishing stuff on the internet all the time. I've been doing it for years. And if I can help other people do that better, great. And same thing with Pinpoint. I've been building software for ages. And if I can help companies, individuals, teams, and companies build software better so they're more successful, great. That's freaking awesome. Like, what an honor, what a privilege it is to be able to do that. So anyway, so that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm very excited to move into this next season of my life. Okay, so that was a little bit of a rant fest, but I wanted to capture that because it's kind of a big deal. It's 4:07, 48, 49, 50. I need to bang on this for a little bit, get this done, do some writing, but I hope you guys had a great Monday. My Monday has been fantastic. My mother-in-law is leaving tomorrow. I will not lie, it's been great, but it's been a little overwhelming at times. But she's been incredible. The last 2 weeks have been me involving her in some of those videos, so you can watch some of those videos. But thanks, guys, for hanging around. You guys are awesome. Hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.